I think my favourite memory playing with Ads was, if I'm right, I'm pretty sure I set his first goal up for the club. So I'd probably say that was my favourite memory.
Jurgen Klopp's first game in charge, Tottenham Hotspur away. We've gone down to White Hart Lane for it, and what you're looking for is something to give you a little sense of what Liverpool are going to be like under the new manager. Are we going to see this super high energy, high pressing, heavy metal football? Is it going to be a transformative effect overnight? And we saw it. We saw these players running themselves to the ground, and no one typified that more than Adam Lallana.
And I think Adam Lallana in that 0-0 draw with Tottenham sort of personified what Liverpool was striving to achieve, and that was give 110, 120% effort in every minute of every game. And, you know, it didn't always go to plan. And certainly we didn't score. We didn't win the game, but we didn't lose. But we gave our all, and that for me kind of epitomised Adam Lallana at Liverpool.
This season, being recency biased, would definitely be his goal at Man United. I think he affected quite a few games, but coming on there, looked like we were going to lose our first game of the season, and there he is, pops up at the back post and pushes on, and we nearly go on and win the game. So yeah, for me, that was probably his biggest moment, because we then stay unbeaten for pretty much most of the season, don't we? So
probably the goal against United this year, not just for the goal, but for what it meant, and for, you know, how important it was at the time, because that's the first time that, you know, as a fan base, we decided that we were going to win the league, and Adam Lallana was a huge part of that moment, and that goal was, you know, just a really memorable, really important goal, and the look on his face and the look on everyone's faces was something really special, and I think, you know, something that he'll probably take away, you know, from this season, you know, playing such an important part, albeit only in one game, but, you know, you can't take that away from him.
Probably his goal against Norwich, the last minute winner, just because I think that kind of sums him up as a player, and it was kind of the most dramatic goal in the least dramatic game that I think we could have had.
The opening game at Anfield for the 16-17 season, the first day of the main stand, he got the third, I think, that day. It was a really good goal. And I just remember it was a really nice, it was a hot day. It was, you know, there was a lot of optimism around because it was Klopp's first full season. And Lallana actually for that season was a real, you know, integral part of that team, the way he pressed. Obviously we were a lot less possession based than we are now. And he really was. And I think he would have been, you know, throughout the whole of his Liverpool career if he'd managed to stay fit. But unfortunately that wasn't the case. But yeah, that season in particular that first game against Leicester, I thought he was brilliant.
Just a wonderfully talented footballer. You know, for an English player to have that level of skill, it shouldn't be forgotten, was a pretty rare thing as he was coming through from Southampton into Liverpool. So no, I love Lallana, and it's a genuine shame that he doesn't get to retire at Anfield.
He was one of the few players that absolutely got what Klopp was trying to do first couple of seasons. And in that second season, when we first got back in the Champions League, he was absolutely brilliant. He may well have been one of our players of the year. I think injuries have stopped him being as pivotal as some of the other big players like Wijnaldum and Henderson and et al. But I think he can be proud of what he's done at Liverpool, because he seems to have been quite influential off the pitch.
We don't see him every day, we don't see him week in, week out at training, but there was a reason why he was made to stick around for this season, and I think it's because he was so influential off the pitch that he was too invaluable to leave during this season.
Yeah, massively important to the squad and the manager in the dressing room, massive. You can't underestimate how important those big voices are, and those, you know, those strong personalities, and you know, that relationship that he's had with Jordan Henderson as well. I'm sure that's made a massive difference. You know, having that kind of camaraderie, and Jordan Henderson feeling like he's got like a number two, I suppose. And he's just that, you know, he comes across as a great lad. You know, he loves his football. You know, he's passionate, and he's a hard worker. You know, you can't ever deny that Adam Lallana hasn't worked his arse off.
He's in that band of players, isn't he, Adam Lallana, with Jordan Henderson and James Milner, where they're really professional guys, and they're part of the senior squad that the younger players and maybe the players who are new to the squad and are more inexperienced you know, need to look up to, and we've lost one of them. And I think it will be a miss. It will be a miss to Klopp, and it will be a miss in the dressing room as well.
For me, when you're trying to sum up Adam Lallana, I think he's a fantastic footballer. Maybe we didn't play the style of football that necessarily got the best out of Adam while Jurgen was in charge, but again, he gave everything, didn't he? So I think, you know, he's done really well, and clearly with everything that's coming out of the football club, he was a massive part in setting the mentality and maybe the training ethics of this side. So everybody who's got a Premier League winners medal around their neck right now knows, I think, that they owe Adam Lallana quite a lot.
Just being able to sort of win what we have and had the success that we've had together, you know, our families are really close off the pitch, so to be able to achieve the things we've achieved together is extra special and means a lot. So I wish him all the best in the future. I'm sure I'll still see him all the time, and I'm looking forward to see where he goes next, because he's still got a lot in the tank, and I'm looking forward to see how he goes next season, because like I say, he's an unbelievable player, and there's still a lot more to come from him.